everyone, I'm Bill. I'm with Cali Moto TV. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to beautiful California, where we are at about 70 degrees here in the beginning of December. I just absolutely love California weather. What better day to take out the S1000 Single R out on a street ride with you guys to talk about a little problem that I've had with a company. Now, you guys know I'm straightforward with you guys and I don't sugarcoat anything. And I let you guys know when we have problems with manufacturers or with distributors. Today is unfortunately one of those videos, call them a Karen video, but it's for you guys and your benefit to be careful. So let's get out on a ride and let's talk about the problems that I've been having. All right, you guys, so the S1000 Single R and the issues that I've been having. So let me first start by saying, when I purchased this bike, this wasn't a bike like I was gonna do with the Street Fighter or Bogna's V2. I like this bike, I love this bike, but I don't love this bike. Before we get anywhere, let's give you guys what you guys want. A cold start on the Leo Vinci exhaust. So let this warm up. But I love the bike, but I'm not going to do a full paint job on this. So what I decided that I was going to do was I got contacted by a manufacturer of carbon fiber by the name of Strauss carbon fiber. They're a German company. They're out of Germany, obviously. And they reached out to me back in August after the SC Project debacle on the S1000, or excuse me, the Ducati Street Fighter. And they reached out to me and they said, hey, we saw your Street Fighter video with SC Project, and we really liked the fact that you talked about the quality of carbon fiber and how the seam was on the outside of the exhaust can, and it shouldn't have been, rightfully. And they said, hey, you know, we really are good at quality carbon fiber company, and we would like to work with you on speaking about the quality of our carbon fiber. And I'm down. A company reaches out to me and says something like that, I'm down. I don't work with many companies. You guys know I buy 90% of my stuff. So they said, look, we'll offer you a heavy, heavy, heavy discount. And so I said, look, I just purchased the new S1000 Single R, and I'm not going to be painting it. So why don't we deck this thing out in real carbon fiber, shiny carbon fiber? Yeah, that sounds great. So we went through their shopping cart and basically added, you know, front fender, rear fender, the side covers, the tank covers, this cover, the tank side tank covers, swing arm cover, and rear hugger. I mean, basically just kind of decked it out completely to have this thing looking real nice. And so we kind of went back and forth. In the beginning of September, they sent me an invoice. I think my total bill was going to be $3,000, and they discounted down to like about $1,000. I think it was $1,200. There's actually $1,234. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I was like, you know, look, it's a good enough deal. It sounds great. You know, get some parts on this. I really dig the quality, or I'm going to hopefully dig the quality. And I told them straight up, I says that, look, I'm honest, you know this, right? And they said, yeah, no problem. So I paid them at the beginning of September. And I gave them about 3 weeks. It was just about the beginning of October when I reached out to them. And I said, hey, just, you know, calling to check up. And they said, oh yeah, your parts are coming back from UV coating. And it should be, we should get tracking out to you within the next week. And I was like, all right, sweet. So I was like, all right, cool, no problem. So I let about 2 weeks go by, and I hadn't heard anything. And I had been Instagramming, messaging a person by the name of Jan on Instagram. Bruno, the owner, Bruno Strauss, was the original person that contacted me. But Jan had been contacting me and speaking with me thereafter. So I reached out to Jan and I said, hey Jan, and yeah, it's coming. Okay, great. So about mid-October, I reached out to her and says, hey, just don't mean to bug you, but do you have a tracking number yet? And she says, oh, we're having a little bit of delays with the UV coder. It should be, we're going to get it back this week and it'll go right out to you. I'll get you your tracking number. Okay. So end of October, beginning of November comes around, and I text Jan again, and I says, hey Jan, it's been almost 2 months now, and it's 2 months, because we're now almost beginning of November. And I says, hey, it's been 2 months, and I really want to get this going on the bike. As you guys know, getting parts, and building bikes on YouTube, it's kind of a matter of an importance in time, especially when you are trying to be the forefront like I am with the S1000 single R. So I said, hey, it's kind of a little bit important, so can you get them out to me? Yeah. We've been having problems with the coding since COVID, as you know. Here we go. Here's the COVID excuse. Like, that's fine. I just need it, and I kind of need it now. I would like also to talk to you about, we are acquiring a S1000RR, and would love to deck that thing out as well. Oh yeah, look, we got all this new stuff for the M1000 that bolts right onto the single R, and I'm like, sweet, this is going to be perfect. And so is this perfect, really. Second, third, keep it up. And so, watch it bird. I said, yeah, we're gonna get your tracking number. So, about mid-November, I text her and I says, hey, look, clearly you're not able to produce, let me rewind. Before I text her this, just about mid-November, about the first week of November, I had come across something on the Street Fighter forums where someone had bought a rear wheel cover, the Captain American shield for the rear wheel, and from Strauss carbon fiber, and was saying that they were getting the runaround. And so I took a screenshot of this and I sent it over to Jan, and I says, hey Jan, this is looking very bad. What's going on, right? Oh, that guy, blah, blah, blah. It's all that guy's fault. Well, that guy uploaded a lot of messages, and a lot of the problems was not his fault. It was that Strauss was giving them the runaround like they were giving me. And I'm like, well, all right. He's got an email that apparently he emailed them back like in June 2021, and said, hey, is it in stock? And they actually said yes, it was in stock, right? So the guy bought it. I don't know, it's like $1,000 or $900 or something. And then it was excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. So now we come to mid-November, and I'm like, she said she was going to get back to me in the week to give me a tracking number. Well, she never did. So I emailed her, I texted her on Instagram, and I says, hey Jan, listen, I think that we should probably just part ways. I don't have anything really good to say about your company. So I think let's just go ahead and do a refund, and let's just be done with this, right? So a couple days goes by, and now mind you, Jan with Strauss carbon fiber has been very communicative with me, okay? I've never had a problem communicating with her. And a couple days goes by, she read my message, and never replied. So I decided that I was going to email Bruno, the owner, and I emailed him a very nice email and said, hey, look, you know, we're going on 3 months now, and I'm not getting anywhere. I think it's probably best that we just part ways and give me a refund. And he replies back, I'll be damned. The same exact thing that Jan came up with is, oh, COVID this, COVID that, and it's going to be shipping out this week to you. And I will get you a tracking number as soon as possible. And so I says, all right, I'll give him kind of a final chance. And so after about a week, he never replied back to me. And so I sent him a letter and said, hey, would you please refund me? And he never replied. So I went ahead and had to file a dispute with my credit card company, because I didn't want it to go too far out before I could, you know, dispute it with my credit card company. Credit card company was like, wait, so you ordered this 3 months ago and you still don't have it? And I was like, yeah, and they've been telling me next week, and nothing. So, long story short, if you guys have made it this far, you guys know the whole story. I got contacted by a person on Instagram yesterday that said that they had apparently saw my video, and in one of my videos I did mention Strauss, and they said he has $2,000 worth of carbon fiber that he ordered like 6 months ago, and they refused any emails and everything like that. So I want you guys to be aware of this Strauss Carbon Fiber Company. I've seen the stuff. I've seen the name. It's not like it's not a company that's not in existence, but they're clearly having problems, and if they're clearly having problems, they probably have your money, and I would highly, highly recommend, until they get their stuff straightened out, that you call your credit card company and get your refund, because I don't know if this is going to end up being more of a problem than it is, and if it is, you may never get your money back. But it's really a bummer. Like I said, we're going to do the swing arm cover, we were going to do the hugger, frame cover. All of this was going to be replaced with carbon fiber. This, the front fender, we were going to do brake scoops, we were going to do lever guard, a couple other things. So really a bummer, really a bummer. So the S1000 single R, I don't know what to do now. I'm bummed, because it would have just put a really, really nice touch on this thing. So if you guys are involved with the Strauss Carbon Fiber Company, buyer beware, please, guys. But stick around. We've got some stuff coming for the S1000 R. Of course, you know we've got the RR in the garage, but we'll be out on this hopefully this weekend, out on the streets. I think we're going to be doing some riding. So thank you guys for sticking around. Do the normal, hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, and then ring the bell notification. Bell notification is going to give you future notification of future content here on the channel. Thank you, California, for your beautiful weather, and we'll see you guys next video. Bye, guys.